Alright, let's dive into the story of one of Mondstadt's most iconic figures, Diluc Ragnvindr. Now, this isn't just a tale about a rich guy with a cool sword. Oh no, it's a story of profound loss, of shattered faith, and of a rebirth forged in the fires of pure vengeance. It's about a man who lost his light and then chose to become a guardian in the dark.
And really, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures Diluc's entire philosophy. It's this lonely, thankless mission he's given himself, to be the one who stands watch in the night, so everyone else can live peacefully in the day.
So to really get the vigilante, you first have to understand the man the public sees, and that's Master Diluc Ragnvindr. He's the head of the ridiculously wealthy Ragnvindr clan and the owner of the Dawn Winery. With his control over the entire wine industry, he has a massive stream of income and, maybe more importantly, an incredible information network right at his fingertips. He really is, in every sense, the uncrowned king of Mondstadt.
But here's the thing that's so fascinating about this stoic, kind of reserved guy. He was a completely different person in his youth. Before all the tragedy, Diluc wasn't just a knight. He was the knight. He was the living, breathing embodiment of everything Mondstadt's chivalry stood for. Passionate, courageous, and just full of faith.
I mean, his early life was just one incredible success after another. The guy was a prodigy, plain and simple. He got his vision, that divine gift that grants elemental powers, at just 10 years old. He later became the youngest cavalry captain in the history of the Knights of Favonius. Everyone admired him for his dedication and his warm, confident nature. He and his adopted brother Kaea were inseparable, two bright stars, totally destined to protect Mondstadt side by side.
But, for all the praise he got from his comrades and all the cheers from the citizens, these were the words that truly mattered. Coming from his father, Crepus, this simple phrase was his greatest motivation. It was the fuel for that unquenchable fire in his heart. It represented the dream they both shared for his future as Mondstadt's greatest protector.
But on his 18th birthday, that perfect world and the fire it fueled were completely snuffed out. As his father once told him, life can change in an instant. And for Diluc, it was about to collapse in the most brutal way imaginable.
So it all happens on his 18th birthday. In the afternoon, his caravan is attacked. Powerless, he watches his own father unleash this unknown, evil power to save him, a delusion. But the power turns on his dad, leaving him in agony. Diluc had to be the one to end his own father's life. That evening, he goes back to the Knights, only for Inspector Aruc to order him to lie, to call his father's sacrifice an unfortunate accident. And then, that same night, his brother Kaea confesses he's a foreign agent, a secret he'd kept their entire lives. His father, his faith, his family, all of it, gone, in just a matter of hours.
And this is the part that just completely breaks him. The institution he had sworn his life to, the one his father admired so deeply, betrayed his dad's sacrifice just to protect their own reputation. His faith wasn't just broken, it was trampled into the dirt. In total disgust, he resigned on the spot, leaving behind not just his title, but his vision, the very symbol of the dream he and his father had shared.
Fueled by bitterness and a burning need for answers, Diluc just leaves Mondstadt behind. For 3 whole years, he sets off on this lonely journey across all 7 nations, hunting for the source of that dark power that killed his father. This wasn't about justice anymore. This was about vengeance.
His hunt pretty quickly leads him to one culprit, the Fatui, and he finally learns the name of the forbidden item his father used, a delusion. It's a counterfeit, a sacrilegious fake vision that grants you immense power, but ultimately consumes you. This was the weapon that killed Crepus, and now Diluc had a very clear target. And you can really see him change during this time. He starts out as this one-man war, just cutting a path through Fatui's strongholds with so much ferocity that he actually gets the attention of their elite leaders, the Harbingers. After they nearly kill him, he gets saved by an observer from this huge underground intelligence network. Realizing he can't just brute force his way through this, he joins them. He trades his reckless crusade for a much more calculated, strategic fight in a much wider war. So after 4 years away, a hardened, more cynical Diluc finally returns to Mondstadt. He takes over the family business, sure, but he didn't come back to pick up his old life. Not at all. He came back with a new purpose, ready to protect his home, but this time on his own terms.
He's now living 2 lives. By day, he's the polite, impeccable Master Diluc, the uncrowned king. But by night, he becomes the Darknight Hero, a ruthless, silent vigilante who handles the threats the inefficient Knights of Favonius can't, or maybe won't. He operates completely alone, this phantom guardian known only by a sudden flash of crimson flames.
Publicly, he acts like he despises the Darknight Hero. His face just curls in disgust at the very mention of the name. And this, of course, is a brilliant cover. By publicly scorning the very legend he's creating, he throws everyone off his trail, making sure his identity and his true mission stay secret. And get this, the poetry of his journey is baked right into his name. Diluc comes from the Latin word for dawn, while his father's name, Crepus, means twilight. He has literally shouldered his father's will, fighting through the darkness of that twilight to make sure that a new dawn can always rise over Mondstadt.
So, this leaves us with one last big question. Diluc fights tirelessly from the shadows to create this bright future for other people, a future that looks a lot like the carefree world he lost. But after all the sacrifice, can the man who brings the dawn ever really step out of the darkness and enjoy that light for himself?